Yeah, Suntory isn't on site unfortunately, so I've had to explain something to them because they are going to start building the wall now for the shower room. They haven't got really very much else to do today because they're waiting on the CPAC tomorrow, so they're going to build it up as far as they can today. By the time they've done this wall here and the other wall up to height, then this CPAC they've just laid should be dry enough for them to do that bit as well. And in the shower room we need a little shelf building. We need the wall to be further out than it is at the current time. We need 11 centimetres from this retaining wall to the face of the tiles, because the pipes that are coming up in the shower room have had to go through this retaining concrete here. So the closest we can get them to the wall has been directly outside the retaining concrete, which is too far away from the wall to fit the toilet without a gap, or the basin without a gap at the back. So we're going to need them to build a sort of false wall up to, they'll probably go the full height actually, just to make it neat. Otherwise there's going to be a post sticking out, but we need them to build a false wall up. And actually I would like a little shelf just above the toilet, which is handy for keeping things on, so I'll try and explain that to them in due course. But this is how I've done it with them. I've had to get the tape measure out and actually put this in place in the shower room, and point and basically do it by sign language, but they do understand what I'm talking about. Wow, it's all starting to look very real. I think this will be an adequate little shower room for anybody that needs a quick toilet stop without having to make a mess in the house. I've got the water pipes in here. So they'll serve the Hongnam and the basin, and then we'll have a pipe coming through the wall. Once the wall's built, we'll drill a hole and position the water pipe for the shower. Although Suntory is quite happy just to have a cold shower, traditional shower with a bucket in the corner, and no electric shower, because it won't actually be used as a shower room very much. So it's lunchtime, so I'm going to sit down and join them. What have we got for lunch then? Oh, got mixed vegetables. We've got fish, pork, papaya salad, bugs. They love their bugs. This is mine. I'm playing safe. A little bit of salad. Mixed vegetables has been fried up non-spicy, so they can add spice on their meals. And mine is my ped, and then some dried pork, cooked and dried. Very tasty. Suntory cooks every day for the workers. It's sort of part of the deal, really. She could insist that their ladies cooked for them, but actually they don't want that. And one of them did try and do it, and she didn't do enough food for them all, so they prefer Suntory to cook because she provides loads of food and they eat every scrap pretty much. As you can understand, the physical work that they do in the heat. So if you're building and getting involved like I am, you can expect to provide food on a daily basis.
Yeah.
A few videos ago I talked about the blocks that we were using for the wall. Well, after the first section of the wall was built, they changed supplier because they weren't happy with the quality of those blocks, and they've got these ones now. The channel around the outside is really deep, and the whole block is a lot thicker and very much heavier. So this really facilitates the steel that needs to go in sometimes and gives a much better groove for bonding. And the whole thing is a lot heavier than the original blocks. They're exactly the same price. I think they're 6.5 baht each, except that we have to pay for delivery. Anyway, these are the blocks that we are going to use for the house. I know a lot of people build with AAC blocks, aerated concrete blocks, but we don't like those. We think that the build process is rather complicated. It's okay if you're employing a contractor who's used to building with them and knows the specifics of how you're supposed to fit them together and strengthen them with steel and all this sort of business. We considered it, but I didn't like the idea of I'll have to wait for this to finish. I didn't like the idea of expecting these local builders to use these blocks and to have to learn how to use them. If you do it wrong with AAC, I think that you cause more problems than you solve. All the houses in this village really are built with these blocks that we're going to use. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. We could have gone for a double skin, but we're not going to bother because it's just not going to be a hot house because of the overhang to the roof, and the trees behind us will protect the house from sun a lot of the afternoon. So yes, so there you go, another little talk about blocks. It's such an interesting channel this, isn't it? You can see here how they're making sure this will stay together, because it's almost a freestanding structure. We've got steel embedded in the joints there, steel in the corners, and there's also steel in some of these joints, joining the blocks together. Right, they've got the level of where the CPAP will go in the entrance. That's where that blue marker's on the wall there. So now they're building up the entrance to that level. Okay?
Okay.
Sure? Tell everybody, everything okay? This is the UPVC door frame that we've decided to go with. So it's rot proof, termite proof, and should be cleaned easily as well. They were just saying that the width of this door frame is Hossib Gal, which is 69. And I was thinking, hang on a minute, we've bought a door that's 70, but then I realised, of course, that at the bottom of the frame, you can probably see it, there's a further recess where the door goes into, so that will make it 70. My ignorance showing up again. Time to see if the door actually fits the frame.
ประตู180ดูไหมขีดไปยังนี่70 คูณ 180 เมตรเซนติเมตร
We bought these from Global and Global House, and we just said to the guy, right, we want this door and we need a frame, so he went away and got a frame for us. So I'm hoping they correspond with each other. Okay, this is not one of their finest moments. After they've built the opening, they decided to put the frame together. And of course the opening is nowhere near the right size, or indeed square. So now they've got extra work to fill in the gaps around the edges. I did offer them the frame before they even started building this wall. Never mind. The first attempt at fixing the door was not quite right. They weren't using the straps correctly to actually fix the frame to the wall. So I've had to get them to take the door out and change the way the straps are being used and move it slightly to the right. So admittedly, the simplest thing for them to do is to fill this gap up along here with part block just straight up. And I know there's going to be no bonding there, but we are going to have bonding for the rest of the height on both sides. So I'm not too concerned about that. It's not a house door, it's a garage shower room door, so I don't perceive that particular lack of bonding for about 1.4 metres it is to be a structural issue. They've never really fixed this sort of frame before. They're always used to fixing wooden frames where you drill through into the blockwork. Not with these sort of hidden fixings, if you like. So a learning process for them, which is good. If they come across these again, they won't make the same mistake, and the door frame will be properly secure. All is quiet now. It's the evening. Workers have gone home. Tomorrow morning they need to put that roll of reinforcing in the garage. CPAC is due at 9 AM. I've had a little bit of a tidy up. You wouldn't guess it, would you? Just to make the area safer to walk on, get rid of all the little bricks that are lying around and pieces of wood. So it's just me and the neighbour's Pooch now. Normally he turns up for lunch, don't you, boy, eh? But he was a bit lazy today. I don't know where he was. He didn't come for lunch, did you? He's turned up when everyone's gone home. Yes. Okay, big day tomorrow. Up bright and early tomorrow.